It's been 7 days since I last streamed and my brain is just fucking confused. Howdy, gamer. Am I small or tall today? I'm like average size. Alright, cool. Let's fucking get it going. Number of stations 2, so that I'm forcing people to go on a winner stays on rotation. That allows me to every once in a while look over at chat, sit on the setup and say hello. Howdy, gamers. It's been like a week since I last streamed. And I didn't... What did I even do on Friday? I can't even remember. Oh, I had like a dinner. I had a dinner and then I saw Day of the Dead and now I'm dreaming about zombies, but like I'm dreaming about zombies in like a wholesome way because I'm an ooh little soy cell. I don't know. But I'm having dreams where it's like every single zombie that I encounter is Bub from Day of the Dead. And it's kind of based in that sense. Is this guy just holding down the fort, or is my fight stick not working? No, he was just holding down the fort. He wanted to see his intro. He loves his cutscene. He loves Hideo Kojima. It's his favorite. Oh. Oh, okay, that's kind of miserable. What the fuck? My Zato ideas are really, like, poorly thought out. I don't think I'm ever going to fully understand what this character do, if I'm being honest. What is my ideas? Poor at the moment. I thought you had Zappa ideas. I don't have any ideas. I'm an idealist man. Every day I wake up in the moment and I'm like, fuck, I'm washed. Like, oh my days. The pressure's so long. Where are the gaps, man? I'm having to hold down back for forever. What the fuck, man? He does stuff and things. I think I don't like Zato because the breakpoints are just really unclear. In the same, like, way the Elfelt has problems at a high level, the issue isn't that, like, oh, it's hard to break things. It's that, like, it's just hard to identify them. Maybe not like Elfelt. Maybe Eddie in Tekken is like a better example. Where it's like the character is not that strong, but he has things that are really annoying. Not Eddie. I'm thinking Harang, sorry. I hate Harang. I played against a Harang yesterday in Tekken, and it kind of broke my brain. I think I might just be over Tekken purely because of that one interaction with a Harang player. Sounds about right. This is Guilty Gear so that the bottom tiers can still do things. This is true. This is true. I mean, I think the only fighting game where it's like the bottom tiers are really fucking bottom tier is like Melee. And maybe that's ignorant, but in my head, like, I can't really think of any other games that are like, if you're a bottom tier, you literally cannot do anything. The entire broadcast out of the top 2. I mean, kinda. You're kinda right. Although that implies, like, if you get rid of Meta Knight or Ice Climbers in Brawl, that the meta just gets, like, resolved, and I don't think that's true. I think Brawl just has the problems where, systemically, if you keep getting, like, if you keep banning characters, you just have a new character take over the slot where it's just like, well, he just kind of wins everything. Because, like, okay, let's get rid of, Ices and also Meta Knight. Who comes next? It's like, you get, Snake, and then if you don't get Snake, you get Diddy, and if you don't get Diddy, you get DDD. And so you just kind of, like, have the same problem again. Oh, Heritage for the future? True, true, or true, or true. I don't know if you're correct, but I'm gonna go out on the assumption that you are. We need to start just kind of, like, believing people maxing. Not everyone can be an expert in their given game that they're talking about. Kind of just let people, like, talk shit and make assumptions. Especially for, like, games where it's like you got under 100 people that actively play it. Like, just let people make mistakes. I saw, like, diehards were getting mad at Gar Winquote for his most recent video, and it's like, I don't mean to be rude, but, like, CVS2 players, like, let's chill out. Just take the video that you got and go, well, it's not fully right, but I hope people give it a shot based on it, you know? The bottom tiers in JoJo's are tragic. I just think it's the case that Kakyoin and Pet Shop are just fucked up. And also, like, every single character in that game, from what I understand, requires, like, extreme precision. And so, I don't think I would ever... It's kind of the case where, like, if you're going to play a game where everyone needs to be precise as hell anyway, you might as well just play a top tier at that point. Like, there's very little benefit to playing a low tier in that game. No, what the fuck? I think reasonable characters in JoJo are weaker, probably. No, one of my weaknesses, precision. I mean, I have no precision for, Oh, okay, fair enough. I have no precision for fighting games. Like, if you make me play a character that requires, like, actual execution, I'm fucked. It's why I can't play, Zato. It's like, you need me to not just immediately mash out the buttons and actually, like, hold an input and do negative edge shit. Fuck that. I just want to press my silly little buttons all the time. Well, I don't want to press my silly little buttons all the time. That's one of my problems with Tekken 8, where you just get rewarded a lot for pressing. I want to press my funny little gray stick, if we're thinking about like a GameCube controller. I want to press my funny little gray stick and move around kind of willy-nilly without having to be precise about it, you know? Yeah, edging is hard, don't kill me. Well, I'm glad that you at least had the second portion of your brain go, I shouldn't type that, to be honest. It shows resilience. I don't know what it's resilient for, but it's resilient in some aspect. I told myself that I was gonna look up how answer works, and in a moment that I probably should have seen coming, considering it's like the folly of every single fighting game player ever, I turned off the stream and then never looked at the replay to figure out how the character actually works, or went into training mode to do anything but practice my own combos. I don't think I'm ever gonna reach level 2 of fighting games because I can't see fighting games and their training mode for anything other than a combo practice tool. You can learn, like, block strings and you can learn your way out of situations. But in my head, I'm just like, it's there to learn how to do a motherfucking infinite, and that's it. If it's not there for light punch, heavy punch, keep the rhythm up, what's the point? You're a training mode phobe? Of course I am. Why would anyone be a training mode fanatic? I was trying to get to, like, sadist or masochist. Training modist? That just sounds like you're racist for training mode. But, like, I can't understand being an enthusiast for training mode. A training file. Oh, God. Me, a cheddar file? I'm definitely not a cheddar file. I'm very, like, financial decision averse. I'm starting to think maybe I should just do... This is Guilty Gear posting. I'm sorry for anyone that came here for funnies. I'm starting to think that I should just do 6P and then instant air dash after it instead of going for 6H. Because 6H, if you don't get that counter hit, you're like fucked after. You've killed yourself in the process. Whereas if you do... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, I didn't want to get countered there. That's annoying. If you do air dash after you're safe, is what I'm trying to say. Are you going to go for a grab? You're not? Okay, fair enough. I don't like that Zato... Eddie is like a hitbox that stuffs the next hitbox behind it. That pisses me off. Because in my head, it's like, I'm putting out the hitbox. I should hit everything inside of the hitbox. You shouldn't be protected just because Eddie's in front of you. That drives me insane. Ah, fuck's sake. Ah. Piss me off. I mean, I shouldn't be too mad because every single time I'm, like, getting pressure, I'm not properly capitalizing on it. There was many times where, like, he would get a tech out, and he would tech out the same way every single time, and I would still not adapt because of it. No one should be too mad. Okay, wait, hold on a minute. Let's rephrase here. I don't know what I'm trying to rephrase it to. My brain was, like, cycling through. It was like, what did I say too mad to? What did I say too mad to? I can't remember. I can't remember. What should my MVCI team be? You should be any combination of Capcom characters, because I'm gonna go 2 Marvel characters in a slight sense of shame, in that I'm... You know, like, I shouldn't feel guilty, about playing 2 Marvel characters in Marvel vs. Capcom, but it makes me kind of feel like, you know, in Cruelty Squad, there's the room with the guy who's wearing the Goatsy Tech t-shirt, and he's in a Funko Pop room, and he looks at the Funko Pops as, like, investments and culture. I feel like that guy when I play 2 Marvel characters in Marvel vs. Capcom. I think it's just from years of conditioning of the Marvel films are actually pretty bad. And I kind of agree. I think the Spider-Man films are alright. I think the first couple of Avengers films were pretty good, but then it just got really tired. Is this game kind of like Fortnite? You are looking for Marvel vs. Capcom. They will have Spider-Man and other franchises that you recognize. that you can point and pog at, and then in your point and pog, you can look past how bad you are at the video game and how awful the graphics are, and go, oh, but Spider-Man on the screen. Oh, Venom! Oh, Eminem said that. Whoa! I love Venom. The Guardian films are unironically goated. I only saw the first one, and I thought the first one was really good. And then I didn't see the rest of it. Thank God, someone else who knows that Fortnite looks like ass. I think that Fortnite's default look looks fine. I think it looks a little bit generic, but at the same time, you know, it looks very mobile game, which I think is more an unfortunate circumstance of how mobile games evolved their look rather than an indictment on the art direction itself. My main issue with Fortnite is that it's just like it's an aesthetic clash all over the place, which you can say for like a lot of crossover video games, but for Fortnite especially, where it's got like 7 different character aesthetics, it's just too much. Fortnite looks generic, but it makes the 900 IPs that it has at least not look like they clash too much, lol. I disagree. I think that if you look at the way that the character design... Okay, let me run the whole sentence back. If you look at the way that the characters are designed, I agree. But if you look at the way that the world is designed, all of the environment assets, I fully disagree. The moment that you have like an anime cat girl walking around Torchlight 2 land, but like a little bit less inspired, it looks weird. I can't really like elaborate properly because I'm trying to play Guilty Gear, but to me it looked like kind of booty bungus. But you know, I'm not a professional artist, so, and somebody on that team is getting their bread, and if they're not getting that bread, then they're at least getting their portfolio piece that they get to put into their design portfolio that they will eventually use when they're laid off by Epic for making them 6 figures instead of 7 figures, you know? That one's a little bit too real, keeping it too real for all the people that are paying attention to video game industry news. Unstrived Happy Chaos and Xrd would be interesting. I kind of disagree. I think that there's too much automated shit going on in that character's kit to be interesting, regardless of the game that you put him in. Like, the fact that when you summon your gun, you're immediately on top of your opponent. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Why would we make it so that we make a zoning character where the game automates your decision on where you're going to put the projectile? That's just, like, that's not fun to play against, regardless of how interesting the systems are that surround it. I've spent way too much bar. I need to win, like, here, otherwise I lose. It has a 25% chance it spawns on top of their hurt box unless they're cursed. Well, I think it's still fucking stupid either way. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't think I like a character that can instantly, like, play with you from full screen. At the very least, make it so that there's like 10 frames between me and you playing at full screen. For as much as I don't think the YRC is that bad in Xrd, I think it's like pretty overstated in how like ridiculous it really is. The one thing that I don't like about it is how characters with really fast projectiles, like Venom, can just kind of like play the game from full screen like immediately. Like, if I do hard stinger YRC, I'm playing on your block way too quickly. But if I did like YRC stinger and I'm playing on your block in like, I don't know, like half a second's time, I'd be perfectly fine with it. But the fact that I can do this and I'm just like, well, I'm here now, that's silly. I don't like that. Geobreaker, the Yellow Yoshi himself, not for racist reasons, it's because he plays Yellow Yoshi in the video game. Yellow Yoshi himself, will you be teaching me Marvel when I get back from Brussels Challenge, perhaps? In a private Discord call, as opposed to a public Discord call in which we stream it, because that would be a bad idea, because I'm a salty man when I'm learning fighting games. Tell me your characters. Oh my god, I'm currently thinking about killing myself. I'm currently playing Dormammu Ultron. I think that's a cool team. I'm basically looking for a team that lets me do 8-way dashes and I have at least one teleport. That's all I really want for my team. And both characters can 8-way dash, and also Dormammu has teleport. I was thinking about playing Strange, but then I thought about it a little bit harder and I went, I don't want to mix my brain with two versions of Doctor Strange, because I play Strange in Marvel 3 as well. I vaguely remember some Dorm Ultron stuff. We good. Oh, we love that. He used to have the Thorn Garden thing. It was fucking crazy to me. I, like, have forgotten so much about Marvel Infinite. I just remember people, you specifically, being like, oh, Marvel Infinite kind of good. And so I'm kind of, like, giving it, like, a big benefit of the doubt. Maybe not benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's, like, the wrong statement. Acknowledgement that perhaps I am ignorant. A video game racist, if you will. Oh, fuck you. And so I'm, like, even though I remember having, like, a bad time. I remember having a bad time because I was like, why isn't it Marvel 3? Also, I'm, like, I think I was, like, 19? Question mark? I can't believe Leon would be a phobe against video games. I am very video game phobic. I'm playing, Dragon's Dogma 2 right now, and I'm thinking to myself, I hope Ed isn't here because Ed loves this game, but I'm thinking to myself, this game's dog shit. Why am I seeing so much positive reception around Dragon's Dogma 2? I'm like 40 hours in and I'm like, this game kind of fucking sucks. Dragon's Dogma nuts. Okay, well, I'm glad to see that I know the conversation that we should be having. I'm glad that you put me in my place. How come you don't like it? I just don't think I've run into any of the interesting quests. And so to me, it kind of feels like Skyrim with an interesting combat system, but also there isn't like a variety of enemies to play against, and so you just kind of end up running into the exact same shit every time. I know that I lost that match. You have given me a video game win to satiate my ego, and I'm glad that you did that. I love you. I'm gonna kiss you on the forehead. Not in real life. You could be like 12, and that would be like weird. The only 12-year-old playing Guilty Gear. What do you mean? You're right here. You are currently in my chat. I know that you're 12. I'm 30, I'm 30, I'm 35. Well, actually, I'm 40. Okay. The moment that you say, like, I think my audience is pretty young, chat inevitably becomes a fight of who is the oldest in the chat. And it's like, it's fine, bro. We can all be old and young at the same time. It's all good. Leon doesn't look a day over 35. I kind of love that. Everyone told me, like, oh, you'll like it when you're older, when people think you're younger. Like, because when I had hair, I looked kind of like, you know, like I was little baby man. I was 26, and I kind of looked like I was pushing, I was going to say 62, but that inverse don't work. Anyway, people said I looked young, and I was kind of getting sick of it. And so now that I'm bald, and it's like, you look your age, roughly. You kind of look like a confused cancer patient as well. But that's also fine. Someone's got to get him off the setup so the banter starts making sense again. What is this room full of light greens? We got greens and yellows? We have an audience of people that are just trying to level up? Are you people telling me you like video games? You actually want to be, like, good at them, and you practice getting good at the video game, not because you feel like a weird emptiness in your general day-to-day life, but because you actually enjoy them? Have I been the only one playing video games because I have, like, an absence of self-confidence? What the hell? I didn't know you could play video games because you like it. That's nuts. I'd join, but I'm still learning. I mean, you can still join. That's still fine, man. It's all good. We welcome all skill levels. Fuck it, I'll join and get my ass whooped. We love that. It means that, okay, people are gonna call this the comic with the bike, but it's true. You getting absolutely arse blasted on stream because you're not very good at the game makes somebody else feel incredible. It makes them feel like a god. And so you shouldn't feel too bad about getting your arse beat. Obviously, if you're like Leffen and the only people around you are people that you can't help but absolutely destroy, then obviously we're in a different situation there. Leffen I feel bad for because he's like the best artist in the world, or the best artist in Europe, with nobody else to, like, paint against. This bit didn't make any sense. So, like, if you're surrounded by people that you can't help but beat the shit out of, then it kind of sucks. That's why people go to tournaments, you know, to find people around them that are a little bit better than them, so they can have an even game, which is the ideal, pinnacle, perfect fighting game scenario. But if you are someone who exists in the perfect fighting game scenario, in which you have many people around you that you're an even playing skill with, just beating the shit out of someone kind of feels pretty good. I feel bad for Leffen. That's a sentence. I don't know, man. I understand that, like, it's popular to dislike Leffen because Leffen is a bad guy, question mark. His crime being he's good at fighting games and gets annoyed at them easily. But I think the Leffen's, you know, pitiable in that sense. In that it's like, damn, bro really is just so good at games. He struggles to find people around his skill level at, like, one of the games that he likes the most. Leffen is a hate beacon. Do you mean, like, he attracts racists? Or do you mean, like, he's, like, just got people that are just constantly like, I want to hate Leffen because I want to hate Leffen? Because that's the situation. He's valid for rage quitting after getting hit by an Axel taunt, Axel time stop taunt combo.
Fuck you. I'm not even giving you the satisfaction.
I was thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. Fighting games need to introduce a surrender mechanic. We have so many situations where rage quitting takes place. It's unavoidable. It's just a natural situation of fighting games becoming popular. People will rage quit. And so what we need to do is we need to not be like rage quitting bad. We need to just, like, ask someone to be like, hey, in the next game, can we have a surrender button? And you can contextualize it as something other than a surrender. You could be like, we have like a tap out mechanic, where if you just want to end the game early, you just get to tap out. And then the game comes up with a big tap out and you win the game immediately. We could just do that. Instead of being like, rage quitting is a dumb idea, we could be rage quitting is a poorly contextualized or like poorly accounted for scenario. It's insane to me that you can be playing Tekken 8 right now, the most popular fighting game on the planet, and if you decide to press Alt F4 as the match is like gonna end, your opponent doesn't get the points. You should get the points. It's not the case of like, oh, the guy who rage quit is like inherently a dickhead. It's like, why does the system not account for this scenario? It's so stupid. No contest screen. It's true. No, it should. You should feel mad for pressing the surrender button. You should feel ashamed. Maybe. But I mean, you press the surrender button in every... Okay, this is like an antiquated comparison. But you press the surrender button in every single game of StarCraft or Age of Empires. It's the system is accounted for. I'm just saying. Why does the system suck? Leon discovers socialism. I don't know if it's only just occurred to you, but the person that PragerU thinks exists is me. Like, this straw man phantom that PragerU viewers are going, the liberals, they wanna destroy men, they wanna take away the boys. That's me. I'm like, fuck them, get rid of them. Let's feminize all men, why not? What the fuck is PragerU? It's like a fake university YouTube channel. I think it's like an actual organization, but the YouTube channel is like the infamous bit where it's just like a bunch of fucking conservative propaganda disguised as education, basically. And people will be like, so Veritasium? I saw the other day, people were like, Veritasium's just ads, and it's like, it's kind of ads, but also at the same time, like, they're still teaching you shit. I don't know, I just think it's a little bit silly to get mad at like Veritasium and science channels that aren't going into the full context of why we know things when PragerU and InfoWars exists. Like, let's redirect a little bit. Redirect? What the hell? Nintendo Direct? Octopath Traveler? Whoa! I love the new Mario! Sorry, I'm fucking on one today. Veritasium Cosmic Ray Mario 64 incident. Where is that Veritasium video? Silk Song, Pog. I like the Veritasium video where he explains the walls in Mario 64. So true. I haven't watched that video, but in my head, I'm like, that's sleeping material, surely. How many people are watching that, like, actively engaged? Although then, okay, maybe this is... Perhaps this is a sign of my lack of hyperfixation. But my brain is going, I probably wouldn't watch that whole video. But also at the same time, Lemino releasing a new video that is just like describing letters for 40 minutes. I'm like, Pog. Whoa! This is my Octopath Traveler. Oh, Pog. I value my time too much to watch a 2-hour lecture on Mario 64. Would you watch a 2-hour video on Pathologic 2 though? You value your time too much to watch a 2-hour Mario 64 lecture, and yet there you are going, H-Bomber guy, new video drop. Whoa! I'm making up a guy, except the guy is a real person, and I'm just kind of branding them with ideas that they might or might not have. Damn, the letters got lore yet. Now, I mean, new Lemino video go crazy. Leon, the obvious joke to make here is that you value your time, but you're here in this stream. I know that that's the obvious joke here. I'm avoiding it. Because, why would I make the obvious joke? You already made the joke in your head. Get on my level. It's one level above that, but, you know, get on my level. Me calling history lore. My brain has been really tempted. Next year, not this year, because this year I've already got, like, one video that's fucking huge planned. But I'm really tempted next year to do, like a video on the Great Fire of London. My brain is just like, I want to do something that isn't video game related at all. I'm thinking that I'm simultaneously based and also cringe for that, because it implies that I'm above video games, but also at the same time, just don't do a JonTron. What do you mean? Oh, do you mean like turn into like a racist? I mean, that's not... What did JonTron do? I'm very confused. JonTron did a history video? Oh, I just mean the non-video game content. I don't think I would want to do like... The thing is, I don't want to do media about media, you know? Forever. I like media about media for the most part. It's not something that I want to make forever. And so, like, if I was gonna transition away from video games, I wouldn't, like, go into TV. I would be like, let's talk about, like, the things that happen in the world. Or it would be like, you know how, like, Oblivion or, like, high fantasy video games, they have to, like, get trees and deer or whatever the fuck from somewhere? I'd like to do a video where... Why did that get deleted by Nightbot? I'd like to do a video where you just kind of look at a bunch of high fantasy video games and just see what, like, trees developers have based their trees on. Or, like, deer species. And be like, these are the actual deer species. Here's what they do. Weren't you throwing around the idea of a video about Irish history a while ago? I was. The big thing with that is that it's, like... I definitely would want to do it, but, like, I definitely don't think that I would be... I would work with people from Ireland on it, definitely, but it's like, I don't know if I would be, like, the right person to go about that discussion, because it's quite a sensitive topic, and I'm like, I don't think that's right for me, personally, you know? If you can make a video about jump arcs, you can make about video game trees. I've been thinking about it since, like, April. I've been just like, it would be a really funny April Fool's video, but also, what if it was just a good video about tree and just trees? It doesn't even need to be video game trees, it can just be trees. Are we gonna bring up the Pokemon Sword and Shield trees? Hell no. What strikes me as odd about Pokemon Sword and Shield, or like any of the modern Pokemon games, they all look really bad, but they don't, like, it's not inherently because the hardware is limiting it. So I don't know where the decision is being made from a stylistic standpoint for it to look that bad. I don't get it. Like, the Switch is not a powerful piece of hardware, but the problem isn't the hardware, it's the art direction is abysmal. It just doesn't make any sense. They'll buy it anyway. Even if they'll buy it anyway, like, surely you don't want to make it so that your consumer base might not grow from the next game onwards. Because it's not about like, oh, people will buy it anyway. It's that every single title you want to grow the audience. And if the game looks that bad, you're not going to grow the audience. Kids do not care, unfortunately. But like, maybe I'm extremely boomer coded, but I feel like the main audience for Pokemon at this point is not going to be kids. It's going to be like, well, it is going to be kids, don't get me wrong. But it's going to be like kids that are a little bit older rather than the kind of like 6 to 8 year old that they're targeting. They're going to be closer to about like, I don't know, like 14 to 16. In my head, everyone that is playing Pokemon or getting into Pokemon at this point is like a 14-year-old that has like a hyperfixation. And they go on Twitter and their profile picture is of their favorite Pokemon. Which is what I did when I was like 17. But, you know, like, in my head, those are the people that are more likely to get into Pokemon rather than actual kids. But maybe I am wrong. I mean, I'm not a Nintendo man. I'm not pogging out over Octopath Traveler. I can't come back to Xrd. YRC is so ass. It's fine. It's fine. If you just, like, accept that YRC is the way that it is, it's fine. Also, right now I am going, your negative experience doesn't exist. Just not real. Please, dear God, it's been like a decade. Just make Mario Kart 9 for the love of God. This just isn't true. I can't lie, there's been so many Mario Kart games. What is Mario Kart 9 gonna bring to the table? It's like a new Street Fighter. It's like, I don't really give a shit if there's gonna be a new Street Fighter, because, like, realistically, what is it gonna do that the old Street Fighters haven't done that wouldn't have been more interesting if it wasn't just a whole new IP? Now, Crash Team Racing 2, now that's something. At that point, we're talking about real shit. Mario Kart, but no vehicles, and it's all on foot. You are looking for Mirror's Edge. Why have they not made, like, a Mirror's Edge racing game? That'd be fucking sick with it. I just want to run on foot as Sonic while racing his friends. Is that so much to ask? Yes, I think so. I think the issue there is that that statement inherently comes with the idea that the game is going to be good. And I'm sorry to any Sonic fans that might be in the chat. You haven't had a good game ever. There's never been a good Sonic game. I'm sick of this, like, oh, I hope that fucking Sonic Genesis X is coming out and it's going to be like Sonic Adventure 3. You know what? They've never been good. Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the worst fucking games I've ever played in my life. And people are like, the game is so good, man. The Chow Garden, bro. Whoa. It's fucking awful. It's abysmal. It's a runaround, waste your fucking time in some of the worst linear level design. Sucks ass. And then it's like, oh, Pog the Chow Garden. Knuckles stage. I love Knuckles stage. Fucking shut up. I'm not telling you to stop enjoying what you enjoy, but, like, don't fucking talk to me about it. Stop trying to gaslight me into trying Sonic Adventure 2 again. And it sucks. And it sucks, and it's always sucked. And it's never going to be good. It doesn't matter how much time passes. This isn't a Mario 64 situation where it's kind of okay and then the speedruns make it really good. No, it's always going to suck dick. Let it be. Do I fuck with Mario Odyssey? I've never played it. Mario 64 is mid 2, the DS version is better. Death penalty. Personally, if I could put you in the electric chair, I would. Mario 64 is mid is a perfectly fine take. The DS version being better? Electric chair. Mario 64's camera is actually the worst camera in any video game ever. Statements that you would think nobody would ever argue with, and yet there are still people that I know, sane people that have a job. They go to work, and they make 4 figures a month. And they're sat there and they're going, no, but you don't understand. Mario 64's camera is actually really good. Just because it's good for a speedrun, just because you found a setup because the camera's so dog shit, doesn't mean the camera is good. Wake the fuck up. Take whatever gamer silver spoon you have out of your asshole and realize that the camera sucks dick, and you can like the game. You can like the game, you can think that the camera sucks dick. At the same time, these are two ideas that can coexist. Ben Shapiro ass fucking take. But you don't understand. People back in the Middle Ages, they would have been there and they would have gone, holy shit, this game goes crazy. The camera, intuitive as anything. And those are the ideas that we need to return to as the American people. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm gonna say it. These Slayer colors are vile. They're too bright. I don't like a design that makes it so that the character is the same kind of like pastel hue. Make it so that there's a little bit of contrast to make it so that like key features stand out. His hands don't stand out from his suit because you have the same hue the whole way around. It's all quite bright. If the like aqua was darker, I'd fuck with it big time. If the aqua was darker and the hair was purpler, I'd fuck with it big time. But otherwise, I hate it. That's the trans slayer. You take that back. That's not the right shade of blue. It's the wrong shade of blue. It's not even the right shade of pink. What do you mean? You're the transphobe. Can't even figure out what fucking colors they are on the flag. Get the fuck out of here. He's trying his best. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. He is trying, and we gotta at least respect that. Are you colorblind being for real, for real? No, I'm not colorblind. It's not green. It's like... No. This is an English language problem. It's not green and it's not blue. It's like the middle point between it, and it's trending towards blue, but it's not quite there. That's like a mint color. Exactly. Are you colorblind for real, for real? Let's turn it around. Let's swap the roles. Go on, chat. You were so confident. Unless you were talking to somebody else in chat, in which case I'm getting mad at nobody. I am actually. Oh, okay. It's suddenly the tables have turned once again. Now I'm ableist. Ooh. Nah, I'm tested. I don't think I've ever been tested to see if anything was wrong with me. And I think now that I'm an adult, I can't realistically, like, do that. Because I could just be lying the whole time. I'm ableist. It's okay, Leon. We know. That's not... The bit has run dry. Bit? Question mark? It's not... I've said too much. I'm digging deeper and deeper and I don't even know. I'm struggling in the quicksand. I'm going, please, no grain fire, no grain fire, while I'm cutting open a big hole in the grain silo, going, please don't have a grain fire. You're causing the grain fire. Have you guys seen that shit? Big grain silos that house grain. If you open up the grain silo too quickly, or it falls over or something, it can just catch fire because the amount of calories that are inside of the grain. And so you set up an explosion with food, with beans. The motherboards, they can explode and cause fires. It's fucking awesome. Bro, what are you on about? Look up grain fire. Look up grain silo explosion on YouTube. It will blow your mind. The things that you can do with food are insane. And I'm not talking about cooking it. Can't grain silos kill people without blowing up? Maybe. I think if you drown in one, yeah, you can. Because it acts like a quicksand. Like, you sink into it and suffocate. Yes, but also, are you like a fucking gnome hunting for treasure? How do you get inside of a grain silo? Unless you work with grain silos, I don't think that that's, like, something that should ever cross your mind, personally. Either that or you're, like, hunting for treasure. In which case, go ahead, Robin Hood. Take from the rich. It happens more often than you think. Are children climbing in? What the hell? How is this happening more frequently than I think? This is like a vending machines kill people statistic. How? How are people dying? How do people die to vending machines? What are we doing? I'm a gnome. There's no treasure in the silos. That's horrible news. I'm so sorry. When will the government subsidize gnome treasure? Leon, that's not funny. My grandma died to a vending machine. That's like when fucking Boy Boy is like, my uncle died by swallowing a whole egg. That's not funny. And then proceeds to tell you in a laughing tone that his uncle died by swallowing a whole egg. Vending machine has treats. It no give treats. Me tilt machine. Machine tilt 2. It's an explanation of how that situation might occur, but I also like reject it. Your vending machine message, that could either be like a 4chan green text, or it could be give me the grab. Okay. Keep doing it. I know that your stream's diving. Keep doing it. I wanna practice the grab. Why is this not working? Why am I not able to identify? You'd be surprised at how often Mr. Bean shit happens in real life. It's true. If I walk out onto the street right now, there's like, I think I can see 4, maybe 3 pianos over a big, like, attached by a rope over, like, 3 or 4 people's houses, front doors right now. It's fucked up. People need to stop hoisting their pianos middle of the day. Every time I go into work, hypothetically, I have the skills to have a job here. Every time I go into work, there's always the signs that warn you about Tom and Jerry coming through while you're swinging the hammer. Always check left, right, look for Tom and Jerry. Both sides, then swing. When do you hoist your piano? When don't you? What the fuck? Are you... Chat, point and laugh at this guy not hoisting their piano. We don't have the emote. Do I have to re-implement a point emote? Shit. I want to go and have a shower. I feel like the stereotypical smasher right now. I've had a shower today, and yet I'm still somehow stinky. Bro, it's been a while since I've been to like a major. I don't think I'm ready for whatever venue stank is going to be going on in Brussels. Brussels, like, I know that it's just a European major, but I can't imagine the venue is going to be, like, well ventilated. I'm not ready for gamer stank. European gamer stank? At least over here, it's like, just kind of smells like yeast and whatever beers are made of. Normally IPAs because of all these fucking hipsters that show up to the tournaments and the liberals. But European tournaments where it's going to be like, it's going to smell like yeast and IPAs and whatever the liberals are eating and garlic bread. And the French walk around France, everyone smells like a baguette. And then you get the one guy that walks into the venue smelling like a moldy baguette. Sacre bleu. I don't know what that means. Everyone loves boy smell. Okay, fucking great. This was supposed to be a conversation about how despicable it is, and you've turned it into a conversation about how you're going, boy smell. Tasty boy smell. Meanwhile, you don't realize that what boy smell actually is like Lynx Africa. And if it's not Lynx Africa, then it's, what is Lynx called in America? Somebody European has to be here right now that knows what their shit is. Axe. Yeah. Axe Africa. Ooh. I don't understand why Lynx somehow became the de facto, like, shitty perfume. I'm getting adverts for it on Twitch, and it's driving me absolutely fucking insane. It's advertising to, like, some kind of 17-year-old that just doesn't exist. It's like, you want to get on a skateboard and go to the mall, and it's like, the kids these days, they want to go on Valorant and go on an E-date. They want to talk about their Discord kittens. They're not going on skateboards. I wish MVCI had crossplay. It does. You just have to only be playing on Windows, and then it goes between multiple Windows machines. It does. True. Can I get a true? MVCI goated. I am very excited to play it. I was just fucking around in training mode, and I was like, I'm always doing the wrong shit, but it always feels good. Actually, that's not inherently true. There was a couple of things where I was playing Ultron, and you know his, like, DP thing that goes into a grab? It feels like you're just in the end lag? I don't know what you want to call it. Recovery? I don't fucking know. It feels like you're in the recovery from that move for way too long. Who am I playing? I'm playing Ultron, and I'm playing Dormammu. That is my team. I do not care if it is top tier. I do not care if it is bottom tier. That is my team. I was considering playing Monster Hunter, and then I went, I don't like how this character moves. And so I'm not going to play them. Nope. Sorry, not Luigi. I'm boring as hell. I want characters that move fun. And that's it. Nice brain cell you share. 2 Slayers on screen. I might play the game anyway because Black Panther is in it. Yeah, go ahead, do it. MVCI seems interesting. Playing Jeddah in a different game seems fun. You'll be very glad to know that's a character from a video game called Darkstalkers. You can play that video game. And that video game is fun, but it's not... I don't think it's fun enough to play outside of October. That's a Halloween fighting game. We don't exactly have a Christmas fighting game, but Darkstalkers is the Halloween fighting game. Jeddah sucks in VSAV though, but it is a fun game. That might be true. I'm gonna say truing. I don't know if you're right, but I mean, you're the one in the chat. Snow level in BBCF. Unprompted entirely, but you know what? I respect it. It was ambitious of you to think that I might derail my conversation just for snow level in BBCF. That stage goes crazy. Snow level in BBCF goes fucking nuts. Snow level in XR'd. I don't know if it's just because I'm like so XR'd pilled that I've gotten sick of the stages in this game. But I think BB might have like, if we're looking at like every single stage, BB might be the best looking fighting game. For stages at the very least. Obviously, you got King of Fighters, I know. But, like, I think BBCF looks really good. Oh, you mean snow level for... Oh, snow level Christmas thing. Christmas fighting game. I see. Yeah, but you don't have Santa. You might as well play, is it Clay Fighters that has Santa? And there's the other one as well. God something. Jesus. Fight of Gods, that's the one. Fight of Animals, that's the one that's got Santa. This Venom's so much better than me. I'm kind of mad. You should make a video about grain silo explosions. I love grain. If I make a video about grain silo explosions, do you think that they'll like give me a little bit of extra grain in the grain war when the world starts running out of food, which realistically could be like 10 years time? You should make a video where you produce a flour dust explosion. I've been watching enough I Did a Thing lately. I could be convinced to try and make a DIY video. It would never get released. It would be like a Patreon only video. DIY, I made a, what did I make? What could I make? If I really wanted it to do well, I would make it Guilty Gear related as well. So what could I make that would be Guilty Gear related? I know that you're going to go for a jump grab? No? Okay, fair enough. Make a DIY nuclear reactor. I'm not trying to do Japan too. This is the character that made Max drop this game? How? What? There's so many other characters in this game that are more egregious than Slayer. Slayer fucks you up really hard and you're like, come on, what the fuck? We played like 2 interactions. But like, you're really gonna be like, Slayer? Of all characters? That can't be right. He got stunned as Baiken? That just doesn't make any sense to me. I think it would make more sense to quit because Venom's in the game. Venom's indecipherable. At least Slayer, it's like you got hit twice and you died for it, but like, you know exactly what you got hit by. This character's mid as fuck. What the hell? That's crazy to me. I can't believe that. I've never seen that clip. Somebody is saying the clip. I can't believe that. Maximilian of all people. Really? That's fucking crazy. Venom's 2S, I want to rip it to shreds. Just play a better character. Or, have you considered adapting? It's because it happened at round start and he didn't get to do anything before dying and he quit. This is the bullshit that we deal with. Like, okay, actually, you know what? Let me have sympathy for the creator. Because that is, like, bullshit, but it's like, that's kind of just like some of the bullshit that makes Guilty Gear Xrd, you know? It wouldn't be Rev 2 if Slayer couldn't stun you from round start. Like, I will say, okay, if there was one thing that I would, like, change about Guilty Gear, this game, I would add a stun bar somewhere on the screen. Because I have 600 hours. 600 hours in this game. I have no fucking idea when I or my opponent is about to enter stun. No idea. And hold. Everyone hold. They should bring back the Sign version or the Rev 1 version. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about Sign. The Sign version of the risk gauge, where it's a little circle gear, because it looks cooler. It is infinitely less clear. It looks 10 times cooler, and I don't care. Thoughts? I want Sign stages too. Bro, I just want to be able to play Bedman where he has Sign or Rev. I can't remember which one. I think it's Sign. Sign 6H, the one where you can cross up with it. Oh my god, I fucking love that shit. I think you mean that we should bring Strive's UI to Rev 2. I do kind of... This might be my most boomer take. And I kind of hope that people disagree with me on this. But maybe I'm also based for it, and maybe I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. The liberals are ruining the country. But on top of that, I think that if there's anything that you could really argue is like a step down in modern fighting games, it's that the UIs are always so boring. UI design has gotten really fucking plain and drab in a lot of modern fighting games. What happened to having full bar and your like bar is like on fire and like glowing in the bottom right hand corner to be like, fucking use me? It's all like so clean. It's so clean and like sterile. And yeah, it's readable, but I don't really want readable if it's not fun. Make it fun and then make it readable. But I also fucking hate the Street Fighter V Fire Ultra meter. Fuck that. Disagree. Disagree entirely. I think that the Ultra meter in 4 is pretty cool. It's a 240p JPEG. It looks awful. It was made on the Xbox 360. Like, people didn't know if they were going to be playing on a CRT that's 4x3 or a flat screen that's got like a full 4-second of input delay. It's a product of its time. I just think they should make it so that you can YRC while you're in hit stun so that the opponent drops their combo, kind of like burst, but unbaitable. I respect the bravery right there, chatter. That's all I'll say. That's an unhinged take if it's real. You know what I was thinking? I was looking at 2KXO, 2XKO, whatever the fuck. And I was thinking, I'd love to see some DI. I'd love to see melee DI in another fighting game. Just to make it so that combos aren't so, like... Because, okay, I'm not saying that, like, games don't have combo variety, because they do. Let's not be fucking stupid. But I would like to see more opportunity to force your opponent to innovate and change their combo. You know? And, like... DI is a way to do that without having to make it so that you're having to go into the lab and look for like breakpoints. You can just kind of like hold up on the stick and just be like, I think they'll go this way. And DI also makes it so that you can like extend combos by people having really bad DI and adapting to their DI. I just think that would be... Your only move is hustle. Any platform fighter, KI wins again. KI is... Maybe talk about KI. I want to love KI. I just don't. Every time I play KI, I'm like, this game kind of ass. It's cool. The characters are sick, but I fucking hate the combo breaker system. Because it's so linear. It's so like, you either break the advantage entirely or you're fucking dead. And it's just like, I don't want to fucking... It's not a coin flip. I know you can like learn the timing and you can get a feel for it. But I just don't like it. It makes my brain not smile. This is the last game. If I get fucking double perfected again, so be it. I didn't get perfected again. Let's go. Where's the grab? Like, how do I grab that? Is that like an ungrabbable, or am I just thick in the skull? Oh my god. Oh my god. What do I do? How do I grab that? The game just... it's not the game. It's me. But like, what the fuck? Finally, let's go. We did it. I backdashed and it killed me. I backdashed on wake up going, I'm so safe. I'm so safe here. Leon, how many games are you entering this weekend? I'm only entering XR'd because I think that they cancelled the Melee tournament. And I don't think I'm not going to be there on Sunday. So this tournament, I'm kind of doing it a bit stupid. I'm showing up on Thursday because that was the cheapest day to get there. And then I am there for Friday, and then I'm there for like half of Saturday, and then I need to get on the train back. So I'm not able to do any tournaments that go all the way to Sunday, so I'm just hoping that Guilty Gear starts on the Friday. And going, please, 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 make it so that I can play the video game that I came to this country for. It's a little bit ridiculous. I've only just clocked in my head right now that I'm going to Brussels to play Guilty Gear before I would go to Manchester to play Guilty Gear. I'm thick in the skull and deserve the death penalty. Oh my god. Oh my... This guy just got fucked up. Okay. What do you do on round start? You do something that can always get beaten by like backdash 2k into 6p. I was fucking right, but you were more right. You motherfucker. I can't believe you had a button ready. I can't believe the sway worked there. No. I'm so easy to manipulate. I hate this fucking game. Game fucking stupid. Okay. That's for you, viewer. Thanks for the games. We say GG's in the chat because you always say GG's at the end. Nothing pisses me off more than when... And this is in Age of Empires, but more so in Guilty Gear, more than any other game. When we finish a set, do not get off of the setup and just leave the room. Get off the setup, say thanks for the games, and if you'd be so kind, this second part's not like, you don't need to do the second part, but I would like if you said GG's afterwards as well. I always do it. I was playing against a bedman the other day. One game. He wins. The next game, I win. He gets off the setup and he fucking leaves.
I chase him into the next room. We're on a rotation. He loses the game, so I'm forced to play the other guy on the setup, and he leaves the room again. Motherfucker. I'll kill him. I'll kill him. Death penalty. I was mad as hell. Okay. We disappear. We go explosion. Thank you for the games, everybody. And I'll see you on Monday with Marvel. Monday Marbles. Explosion.